Hello, welcome back to Book Nerd TV. Today is a bit of an update. Not on me or the channel or anything, but an update to a book that I read years ago. The book in question is The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. So this book came out in 2010. I think I was aware of it maybe 2012, 2013. I can't remember when I read it. And of course, I didn't check to see when I read it, but I feel like, now I can't remember which one came first, whether I saw it in relation to Oprah some kind of way, or if I just knew about the book because I'm a big reader at the time. So I might have just run across the book because I was into nonfiction and this was one of the books that I came across. Neither here nor there. This book inspired me to read more about the history of medicine in the United States as it was applied to people of African descent, African Americans, people of color in general. I believe, as I said at the time, that I really thoroughly enjoyed this book, really enjoyed the writing. The story in and of itself, while it may not appear on the surface as particularly interesting, is really, really fascinating subject. And the fact that she included so much information about Mrs. Lacks herself, that she gave us so much more information and background on Deborah Lacks, the daughter who she contacted to begin the conversations, and then just had this entire odyssey, I believe over a 10-year period, this entire odyssey with Deborah Lacks, finding out about the HeLa cells, delving into their background, the circumstances that the family found themselves in, despite the fact that these cells were taken from her mother without conversation, without consent. And here they were struggling, right? So the entire story just really, really gripped me from the beginning. Really enjoyed the book. May reread it. And if you have not read this book, you need to read this book. It's excellent. It's really well written. It's really great medical nonfiction, really great medical history. I just feel like it told a very good story. So the update for this actually happened at the beginning of August 2023, this year. One of the large biomedical firms that used HeLa cells came to a settlement. Well, the family sued the firm, the biomedical firm, because of the profits that they made, the huge profits that they've made over the years using Mrs. Lacks' cells without her consent, without her knowledge, without the family's knowledge, all of this. And there was a settlement reached at the beginning of August. And so that was the initial update that I intended to bring, was that the family had reached an agreement with this biomedical company. It is my hope that the family will find some measure of peace, will have some measure of economic justice. And I think one of the things that they did release about the agreement was that with this company, the family will be able to sit in as members of the board to have some say, have a voice in how the cells are used. And so I think that should be, because again, since they did all of this without her consent and this firm has made so much money from the use of her cells, I think it's only fair. It may not be the fairest thing, but it's better than nothing. It's better than having no voice. And I think that the family having some voice in how the cells are used is a good thing, because their grandmother, mother, great-grandmother had no voice, was not given a voice, was not given a choice. And I'm happy for that. I'm happy for the settlement, and I hope that the family is also happy with the settlement. And I'm hoping that that will help them to prosper going forward. In my preparation to deliver this update, I discovered that Lawrence Lacks, so this was the last living child of Henrietta Lacks, passed on September 13th. So for me, it's yesterday. For you, further back in time, possibly. I am glad that he lived long enough to see some measure of justice that he had been fighting for, and that his sister Deborah had been fighting for over 25 or 30 years from their knowledge of what happened to their mother. Well, that's it for the update to events as they relate to this wonderful book, The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. Remember, if you have not read this book, Get it from your library, get it from a book distributor of your choice, independent preferably, or listen to it however you can listen to it. Again, it's really worth the read, worth the listen. And I hope that you find this book as interesting, intriguing, and affecting as it has been for me. Remember to take care of yourself, your loved ones. Be good, do good, and I will see you in the next video.